Now this is my Pirates in the Caribbean funny. Caribbean funny. Now, I own a sailboat, and I bought it because there was a big sale on it, and I got it on wholesale. I was on my boat, and a lot of whitecaps appeared. See the whitecaps? Some big whitecaps. And my boat crashed, and I got marooned. See, I'm all marooned. I got marooned on a deserted island, which was cool with me because I like dessert. And that joke takes the cake. Now, I set up camp, but sometimes camping can be intense. And after I ate all the desserts, I held up a big neon sign to get rescued. Now a pirate ship approached. A pirate ship approached, and the two pirates approached, and one had two peg legs for feet and hooks for arms and a patch over his eye and a bird on his and I said, "What happened to you?" And he says, "Arr, I fell overboard. 'Twas that bloomin' shark ate me legs." And I said, "Well, what happened to your arms? Why do you have the hooks?" And he says, "Arr, 'twas the same such shark." And he says, "That was an expensive trip overboard. It cost me arms and a leg." Now that was he says first he only ate one leg, but then he went back for seconds and ate me other leg. And since I didn't have a leg to stand on, he ate me other arm too. Since I was unarmed, the crew let me back on board the ship. And I said, "Well, what about your eye? Why do you have the patch?" And he said, "Well, it wasn't the shark." He said, "My eye got to itching, and I forgot I had any hooks." Now, I said, "Well, where'd you get the birds?" And he said he planted bird seed. He planted bird seed, and the bird grew up to be his friend. But they talked his ear off. See his ear on there? He talked his ear off, and then I asked. He said his sidekick was Black Eyes, and Black Eyes had two black eyes. That's his name, and he said he was his sidekick, and he kicked him in the side and kicked him overboard. But I said, did the shark bother you? And he said, "No, because I have eyes in the back of my head." And he says I was able to get away from him. And I said, "Well," he said I said, "Well, what about your birds? Where'd you get your birds?" And he said he went golfing, and he got two birdies. So that's where he got his birds. And you want? I said, "Well, I know bird calls. Do you want me to do a bird call for you?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Here, birdie, 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 here, birdie." So anyway, he said that he did get a bloody nose when he fell overboard, and he had to pay through the nose for that. And the bird said, "Polly want a cracker," and I said, "Well, I told her a few jokes I knew would crack her up." And then I asked Black Eyes if he had a Bluetooth so we could call for help, and he said, "No, I only have a yellow tooth." And he said that the birds can call long distance. You've heard of bird calls, haven't you? Their phones go wing, wing, wing. And he puts it on his credit card with the chip on it, but don't look too close. My pin's on there, but it's safe because it's a safety pin. And I asked Black Eyes, I said, "Have you ever been attacked by a shark?" And he said, "No." He says, "I have corns on my feet, and sharks don't like them because they're too corny, and they taste funny." So shucks, you're not laughing hard enough. I guess that's so corny, it's not funny. He said the worst thing that happened to him was a few hairs fell out, and he said that he kept going and going and going, and that, my dear friends, is the end. I hope I didn't go overboard. Okay, Frank Maverick 2 out. Happy Easter.